know for sure. So the question is, what can Justin do to help him out?
All right. Well, can Justin keep up with Rizzo? Is Coconut going to just pop off? Or is First Killer going to just 1v3 on the entire field and ball on everybody? We're going to find out here. It is the lower bracket semifinal between free agents and 100 trees.
Yeah, I think Coconut, we haven't talked too much about Coconut, I think because First Killer is the kind of player who demands attention regardless of what team he's on, whether he's on a pro creator team or he's on a completely pro team. But from my understanding, I haven't seen 100 Trees play yet. Coconut is playing well as well, and he is certainly, you know, a good addition to the 100 Trees squad. Justin right now has just First Killer to dunk, but it's not going to be easy to do. Rizzo, this might be on target, and there's that Rizzo I told you would show up, and he's going to score first.
Oh man, okay. I was hesitant on the Rizzo train. I was like, I'm not sure if I want to get on this yet or how confident I can be, but he looks incredible. Great opening goal there from free agents. And then back into the conversation, you were talking about Jamaican Coconut. I agree. I feel like he hasn't really been talked about enough, especially when you got a player like First Killer on your squad, right? You kind of might get overlooked a little bit, but this is a Creator Pro event for Coconut to be keeping up the way he's been and scoring goals on his own. I think the duo might be working out okay against free agents.
Yeah, you see First Killer just chasing Justin down. Justin did as good as he could, but he was forced in and out of the net, which means it's going to be hard to make that low save. And whether or not Coconut could have taken the ball high or not, of course, sometimes you fall just short on accident, but actually it's exactly what he needed. It was where Justin wasn't going to be able to cover, and so Coconut is going to be around. He's going to be able to give First Killer that addition that he needs in order to convert on goals. In fact, Coconut's going to try and do it all by himself. Justin just barely able to corral it into the corner. Rizzo leaving the ball to Justin, who is speedy. Rizzo wants 100 boost. Justin's just going to try and go cringe for the bump, and he's got his team back in the lead.
Oh my gosh. Listen, if the cringe plays are what it takes, do it. Do whatever you gotta do to keep winning. There's so much on the line between each game now in terms of prize pool. Again, a chance at 15,000 in the grand finals, but you gotta get past this one first. First Killer's shot doesn't find its way in. This one gets popped up from Jamaican Coconut's touch. It's Rizzo that sends this one in the corner, and 100 Trees regain and try again. First Killer turning around, pops this one up in the air. Uses the reset, still can't find his way past the defense.
Yeah, Rizzo forcing him up high into Justin, like the expert player we know and love. But right now, First Killer is still attacking here. Justin, he's done a really good job of this when we watched free agents play earlier, is he is incredibly aggressive even in defense in order to stop out these dribbles. You don't want to find out what's at the end of an air dribble from First Killer. And Justin's trying to dribble himself. Coconut able to take it away. Rizzo is probably not going to be one who's going to try and beat First Killer to the ball too much, and he might have given an opportunity to First Killer. Bit of a mistouch back, but Justin controls it. And now it's Rizzo, the man of the hour, clearing it into the corner. And he's right back up immediately. I think that's a smart decision. So he tries to earn a possession for his pro.
Just under half the game left. Free agents holding their own, but just by one. Can 100 Trees close the gap, put themselves back on even playing ground? It's going to be a little bit harder than they thought. I was going to say, because Justin has just been so defensive, but can't be that defensive if you're not on the field. And unfortunately, the respawn just doesn't go in his favor. First Killer goes up in the air past Rizzo, just reads the perfect angle on this. Twos across the board for free agents.
You are not going to stop that. But listen, we already know. I know I don't have to qualify this because we know Rizzo's the best defender ever. But First Killer, that was an insane shot. He kept it glued to the top of the arena before doubling it in on an impossible angle. I mean, that is insane. Oh, Coconut, what a save. I think another one of the elements that I wanted to talk about as Rizzo scores another is if you ever find a pro versus a creator in a 1v1, I think we're going to see a lot of scoring situations. We saw Justin score earlier in that, and First Killer technically, although First Killer would have scored against anybody on Earth with that challenge. But I think that's going to be a time that they score a lot. Here, Justin's going to bump the other pro and put free agents right back on top. They're going to send Rizzo forward on the kickoff, and Justin finds himself a little bit in front of the play as he taps the ball to Coconut. Rizzo wants to be aggressive on the challenge, but now Coconut can leave it to First Killer for another one of those doubles, and it's in again. Justin tried his best to change the angle, but First Killer still got it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, he's just him. It's like you said, he scores everything he touches right now. And 100 trees back to a tied game. Just over 90 seconds left in this game number 1. This has been much more of a shootout than I think at least I anticipated. I kind of thought it was going to be a little bit closer almost, but it's closer in terms of everybody on offense is incredible. It's who's going to ramp up the defensive end and kind of slow things down.
Very true. And we have Rizzo back, who is trying to slow the game down, but a lot of times what happens when you slow the game down is you get taken off the map, which is what First Killer does. Justin's going to able to bump Coconut back there as a little bit of a payback for what they did to his teammate. And he's going to have to leave now. Coconut big clear. Rizzo dropping the ball down to the midfield and unable to follow up as he tried to go for that double. Justin is going to be working the ball past First Killer, and he flicked it around both of them, but I don't think he's going to be able to chase this down. So Coconut and First Killer from their own back wall are going to start an attack.
Ooh, and the attack indeed coming through, but this time from free agents. Long shot wide, but towards that net. 30 seconds left to go. Can somebody claim a last-second lead, or are we going to see an overtime between these two squads? Jamaican Coconut just trying to get this ball to possession of First Killer somehow. He's up next. This one gets popped up. Stays on that midfield area. 10 seconds left to go. Free agents. Breakaway opportunity, but Coconut's got the clear. Maybe Justin can pop this one down onto the ground. Instead, it's going to be a last-second shot. This one hits, and we've got our first overtime here in the lower bracket semifinal.
Both teams going for a standard kick out. Coconut cheating up a little bit more. I think Justin, I believe it was, or oh my goodness, Coconut. We talk about First Killer. Coconut says, don't forget I'm on the team. He gets a great opportunity off the kickoff, and he converts. Oh, first touch reset double. We'd love to see it.
I love that for him. That was such a clean shot. I think he needed that, right? He needed his little moment to shine, to kind of just let free agents know not to underrate him throughout the series. So for Jamaican Coconut to be able to hold his own, especially give them that last second goal to take the win, is huge. And also 72% field domination for 100 trees. That's massive.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a number anywhere near that realm. Even games that are blowouts seem to be a little bit closer in the field domination stat. So certainly an outlier here. I mean, if you're free agents, you probably come into this match thinking, you know, we're not going to be able to stop First Killer. He's going to be hitting every crazy thing. If we can maybe slow Coconut down and find some opportunities, we can win. But I mean, if Coconut is hitting that stuff too, you might just have to chalk it up. Yeah. I don't know if even the best player, Rizzo, could hold it down.
I was going to say, I think this might be, and somebody can totally correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this might be one of the first times that we've seen a creator surpass the pro in stats. I think that might have been the first time we saw that.
Wait, was Coconut ahead of First Killer?
Yeah, just barely.
Ooh.
It was 626 to 618. So I think that might have been the first time a creator has surpassed a pro in stats.
Nice. Yeah, Coconut had the early goal, I believe, and he had, you know, it wasn't even empty stats. That was a huge win towards the end of that last game. I mean, he just created that opportunity basically by himself. The kickoff gave him the air dribble, but that wasn't going in unless he pulled off what he was able to do. So Coconut probably feeling good, I imagine, going into game number 2 as he looks to try and shut down the free agents.
All right, well, game number 2 is underway. Can 100 trees shut down free agents again? Or are they going to come back? Are they going to kind of regain a little bit? Let's find out here. It's Rizzo up in the air. Can he find the angle? No, but Justin's got the cleanup. Free agents up by 1.
Yeah, Coconut had a really crucial challenge there in that moment. He needed to win it a little bit more because he was that last back for them. And instead of being able to kill some time, neutralize it on the wall, it was a pretty forward pinch for the free agents. So it's an easy follow-up. Rizzo doesn't have to do too much. You can just tap it back down to Justin since both of them are ahead of the play.
Here comes First Killer. Looking to the midfield, no boost to collect. Instead, Justin's gonna take this one downfield, pinch off the ground, slow pinch, savable. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. It's first killer up in the air. Can he find another crazy angle? No, but an opportunity to follow it up from Coconut goes wayside. Instead, it's Rizzo on the counter attack. He's gonna pop it up. Can't find it though. And free agents just continue to hold on to their 1-goal lead.
That was about to be an amazing moment. A little Rizzo first killer 1v1. If Rizzo was able to dice him up, that would have been on Twitter for sure. But first killer, first killer's gonna get stopped. Rizzo will give him a nice save back. First killer's trying to just kill this ball on the goal line. But Justin, he has done so well in net. I mean, all day long, he has been able to make the right saves. And not only just saves, but the clears and the follow-ups to make sure that the angle goes away. First killer tried to go the whole distance, finished with the demo, but did not get the goal. So now it's Coconut with a little bit of space. He flicks, and Justin jumps to stop it.
Oh man, another shot attempt sent off by Justin. Like you said, Justin really has just been that saving grace for free agents, just making sure nothing gets at least past him, allowing Rizzo opportunities to push up and try and take some shots that have found their way on through time and time again. Here's a little bit of struggle for control of this ball right now. First killer back up. Gonna try and leave this one for Coconut to take a shot there, but this one goes off the backboard and it's red.
High pop. Rizzo doesn't have the boost to follow it up, but he actually has time to go grab 100 from the midfield and still win the race to the ball. And he was just a couple inches off of a crossbar down shot. Now it's Justin's job to be the first man and just try and bug first killer. But the thing is, nothing seems to bug him too much. So I don't think he has a reset. Justin ahead of the ball. Rizzo just needs to take it straight to the net. He's got a bumpering helper, but wait, he actually got the bump himself. Justin must have backed off, and Rizzo puts him up too.
We need to create some sort of a montage of every time somebody has gone for the demo plays, the cringe fest plays. What is the name that you guys have all been calling them?
I mean, the air dribble cringe, but let me get something straight. Nothing Rizzo does could possibly be cringe. We're talking about a player who only uses the best tactics and does them in style. So that was certainly not cringe, although we've seen lots of other people go for the air dribble cringe.
It was super calculated and professional. Couldn't be cleaner coming from Rizzo. Free agents up by 2. Can 100 trees try and close the gap? There's a nice one from Coconut. Let's take a look back on this one. Pops up high. Coconut, all the space in the world from that demo from first killer. Nice placement there behind, I believe it was Justin. Make sure this one becomes unsavable. And 100 trees now only down by 1.
Yeah, first killer is currently hopping in the backpack of Coconut, so credit to him. I mean, it was a good, solid demo, but Justin, especially the way Justin's been on the goal line, you know, by no means was that a free double for Coconut, so great placement from him. Rizzo patient on the goal line as the ball rolls in front of the nets, but the demo gives him a smoke screen, and he is able to follow up the ball that he chipped up. A little bit of a fake there, or a miss from Coconut, and Justin tried his best to pop it over first killer, who taking this away from the net. It will go into the hands of Justin. Justin has first killer beats. Can he beat Coconut as well? He can! Justin is on fire.
Oh my gosh. All right, that's the Justin we know and love. Getting the grossest angles. Love that for him. Free agents re-extend the lead. 95 seconds in game number 2. That's all that's left. And 100 trees desperately want this game to win. They want to go to match point if possible. Maybe here's the opportunity to do so, but shot gets sent off by Rizzo. They got to try again.
Justin going high. Gets the ball dropped low to Rizzo. Can be tough to deal with, but Rizzo is there. He has a late recovering duo to go against, but ends up rolling the ball high. Justin dives in. Not a great position. Rizzo does have to make a play on the ball here to try and slow them down. And maybe a bit of a miscommunication, or maybe just a 5-head clear that I didn't realize was going to happen. Justin passing into Rizzo to clear it out. And now it's Rizzo on ball. First killer going to turn away. Seems to want a clean possession here. Justin is pre-jumping to try and stop his air dribble. First killer decides not to play into it and just play the ball off the side wall if he's going to float there. But that is solid defense. We talked about Justin's defense on the goal line, but sometimes it's about what you prevent the attackers from even starting. And that time, he prevented a first killer dribble.
30 seconds left for 100 trees to try and find anything. Coconut, pinch off the ceiling. Not as strong as he might have hoped for. First killer's up next. Gonna carry this all the way on through. Justin trying to defend, but it's just not enough. First killer's still him. He got the angle. 13 seconds of hope is left for 100 trees.
Yeah, you look at this air dribble and you're thinking, why is he taking this air dribble into the corner? I mean, what's his plan for it? But such a smooth catch that I didn't expect. And I think Justin probably didn't expect either, because he tried to turn around as quick as he could once he realized he was going to get flicked. But this is a crucial kickoff, and it's actually free agents in control of it as the time winds down. First killer wants to get a carry or get underneath this ball. It's going to be really tough with the mess of cars in this corner. But first killer is on his way out, but he will not be allowed to go to the ground, which is what he's going to have to do if he wanted to keep the ball up all the way to the net. So a smart challenge from the free agents, and they are not going down easy, tying up the series 1-1.
Oh, love that for them, though. Honestly, I feel like the free agents have definitely had some progression throughout the weekend, and so definitely coming off of a 3-0 win, this one they knew was going to be a little bit harder than before, but at least they're able to hold their own for a bit. Rizzo and Justin just doing incredibly. Coconut as well. You gotta shout him out, right? Him and first killer have meshed so well. I love that first killer. Just he knows when to respect that Coconut has like these pop-off moments, and he kind of just knows when to back off a little bit and let him have his time to shine. Just opt to open up the defense, which was working out great for them. But now it's just not quite enough. It's enough to get you just behind the free agents, but they need that extra oomph.
Look at the field domination. Field domination is again in the 100 Trees' favor in more than, I think I've seen in any other game so far, even though they lost this time. So free agents, I'm assuming field domination is like ball on that side of the field, or at least something like that. Either way, it seems like free agents are playing out of defense, but it worked in game 2. And so whatever's working, might as well stick with it.
Yeah, you just keep doing what you're doing. Just clean up a little bit, find a couple more opportunities, or make some for yourself at the minimum. But game number 3 officially underway. We've got a tied series on our hands. Whoever takes this gets to head on over to match point and try and fight for a spot in the lower bracket final. Who's it gonna be?
First killer trying to start with an air dribble. This is a back pass from Coconut. First killer has 1B, so just Justin, but Justin has done a great job of immediately challenging the ball, not letting any consecutive touches go. Coconut a great win, though, and first killer will follow it up for the goal.
You know what? Love that for them. Do your thing. This team, I honestly I feel like before I was kind of like, oh, Bear and Mountain, that's the underrated roster that nobody's really talking about. 100 Trees, I feel like they're the kind of the underrated one. Now, granted, they went 3-0 in Group A on day 1, but I feel like they still weren't really being talked about as much as they could have. And now, I don't know. This is a pretty strong roster. Free agents, they've got it cut out for them.
Yeah, I think, like I was saying before, I think Group A is probably the stronger group if I had to pick one of the two. And that was, we're talking about a 100 Trees team that went 3-0. Oh, wow, what a dunk from Justin. Justin is going to make me stop talking about 100 Trees. He says, who cares, as Rizzo pinches to the ceiling. And I don't know if he got a ton of power off of that reset, but what really matters about the reset is he uses the flip to follow it up and dunk it in and tie it up. But just to continue what I was talking about before, Group A, I think, very strong group. 100 Trees ultimately just lost that semi to Barren Mountain. Now, Barren Mountain is another member of Group A. So I think Group A is just really strong, and this was the best team from Group A. So maybe we'll see them take it all the way back. First killer is trying to make me seem more right, as he will go air dribbling all the way to just outside the net.
Oh, my goodness. Just threading through the defense on that one. 100 Trees find themselves in a lead once again, but that's not the most comfortable one. You probably want another goal or 2 to feel good against Rizzo and Justin. Coconut's going to pop this one up for first killer to try and send downfield, but 3 minutes and 40 seconds. 100 Trees desperately wanting to find another goal here, and first killer is gonna give it to him. 2-goal lead.
Yeah, Coconut, I mean, you can't say enough good things about Coconut because what he does here is he forces Justin to make a tough save, and then Justin's just reacting off of the first attempt to try and get, a much worse position type save for the follow-up. So that makes First Killer's life way easier, and he's the kind of guy that if you're not prepped perfectly on defense, he's going to make it impossible for you to make a save. And so that's what he does. A little bit of a hill to climb for Rizzo and Justin, but not one that they can't climb. We've seen them score multiple goals in the previous games. It's just they haven't really found their footing yet in game 3.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more uncomfortable than they looked in games 1 and 2. Although Justin, as time has gone on, has started to, find a little bit of comfortability. First Killer, though, just going to kind of remind him who he is. As he sends this one all the way down towards the net, takes 2 defenders to keep him out. First Killer going to take another jab towards this net. And 100 Trees just continue to inch forward towards the free agent net. Every time it feels like free agents have been able to break out, they just immediately get sent on home with either a clear or what. A little bit of a failed musty attempted pinch actually ends up getting disrupted, I believe, by First Killer. But it's okay. You're up by 2, just half the game left to go before you could potentially claim match point.
Yeah, we talk about that field domination stat we've seen at the end of both games, and looking for it now, we can see how much Rizzo and Justin are having to play out of the blue half as Coconut looks to beat Justin here, and those are the crucial moments. Coconut can beat out, 1 or 2 and let First Killer go to work against an unfavorable defender. I think we're going to see a lot of success with them. First Killer right now doesn't really seem to have the boost to follow that one up as Justin doubles. He's denied at the midfield by Coconut, who just has Rizzo to beat, but he's going to launch a pinch right at him. It'll be Rizzo and Justin, again, doing their best to try and escape, but they can't escape, and First Killer, he just barely misses. That's the kind of angle he's been hitting today, so they should count themselves lucky. That one was just off. Rizzo? Oh. I thought Rizzo was about to pop off there for a second.
He's trying. He's finding his way. It's going to happen eventually, and it's going to come at the most random clutch moment that it needs to. But for now, Coconut going to try and find himself another clip. Goes for the musty. Justin's got the goal line save. Follow up. Not able to find its way on either. Pass Justin.
Ooh.
Back to Rizzo. Right on through. I'm telling you, it was going to happen eventually. You called it.
I like this team play. I don't think we've seen a nice passing play like this from anybody. Infield passing, ground play. From what I remember, around the time Rizzo was peaking in RLCS, man, that's what everybody was doing. It was all about those infield passes, as many as possible, the entire team pass play. In this case, it's a bit easier to do because there's only 2 of them, but the back and forth action, and Rizzo puts in a banger of a shot. They have a minute to try and bring it back to make it 3-3. Nice bump from Justin. If he could have avoided touching the ball, it would have been even better. Rizzo would have had a nice setup, but he was bumped back into it. Coconut slowing down. There's the beat on 1. Can he get back to this ball and make Justin awkward? Oh, it's going to be more than just that. He lets it for free for First Killer, who is, of course, as we all know, just a tap-in merchant.
Oh my goodness. It looked like he faked that he was going to go for another touch on it and just leaves it for First Killer to slide on through. 100 Trees go up by 2 with only 40 seconds left in game number 3. Know that there is a ton of pressure on free agents right now to try and find something. And the crazy part is, for the majority of these games in the series, it is so low scoring at the beginning. It's the shootout always in that last 2 minutes or so. So you know that you gotta find anything now. This is the time to do it. First Killer, though, he's just gonna collect this ball, and all you gotta do is waste these last 12 seconds or so. Hopefully free agents don't find anything in if you're 100 Trees.
Yeah, Justin putting one off the backboard. They really just needed a last miracle play. I mean, I think First Killer almost owned goal there, but he'll call it a back pass as Coconut taps it down. It wasn't going to matter if it was an own goal or not. But First Killer and Coconut, 100 Trees. Maybe their scoreline this time looking a little bit more like you might expect if you had heard about their 2v2. But hey, all you need out of the creator is just enough, whether that's a game win or 2 or just supporting. And certainly that's what Coconut was doing. But it's going to be First Killer who racks up all 4 goals for their team.
Jeez, this is crazy. And I think you said it best. On paper, it looks a little bit more expected from what you would if you heard the names First Killer and Jamaican Coconut playing together. But if you are tuning in, or maybe you're not paying attention as much as you could, Coconut has been holding his own with First Killer. And to be in a lobby with these players as a content creator has got to have like an immense amount of pressure. Maybe he's like trying to show that he's like super cool right now and doesn't feel it, but I feel like it's fair to say you'd be nervous in a lobby with Rizzo, Justin, and First Killer on the field.
Oh, for sure. And 3 assists. 3 assists, I should point out, for Coconut. It's not like he's completely uninvolved. It's just the kind of game that we maybe expect. We'd expect Coconut setting up First Killer and First Killer finishing off those kind of plays and a couple amazing shots from him. But it doesn't mean that Coconut, Coconut could really hang his hat on a game win that he did all by himself, really. And so my point was just that, First Killer shifting towards a dynamic that is fine. It's fine to have Coconut being setting up First Killer. But we're going to head into game number 4. Free agents. They already used up their 1 life. They're in the lower bracket now. They need 2 straight if they want to stay in this. Otherwise, it'll be the 100 Trees advancing.
All right, let's find out here. 10 seconds in, and free agents are already working on their second shot and almost their first goal from none other than Rizzo. Rizzo just really wanting to pop off in front of everybody here on the main stream. But game 4 is massive. 100 Trees sitting on match point. Potentially could send free agents home for a chance to fight off against Bear and Mountain for a spot in the grand finals later on.
Rizzo chasing down this ball. Didn't make contact, but didn't need to. He just popped it up because he knew that would end up in a pass to his teammate Justin. And already, just a minute in, it seems like the free agents are doing their best to stop that field domination stat that had them in the wrong side of the field. Rizzo! First Killer is just denying what the people want. The people want to see a Rizzo pop off, but he is not letting it happen.
He literally refuses to get clipped on by Rizzo in this event. And you can tell. The defense is so strong with this dude right now. Justin up in the air. Can he get out of zone half? No, not that easy. First Killer sends this one over to Coconut. Coconut gets bumped and sent back. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We stay scoreless for now as Justin disrupts that goal line and gives free agents the lead.
Yeah, nice dribble. For a moment, there's moments right after this touch that players might go for resets or they may take the ball to the ground. I think Justin just plays it a little bit more straightforward, just goes for one more additional touch, and it's enough to catch both Coconut and First Killer, who are very similarly positioned, something you definitely want to avoid in any part of Rocket League, but it makes it so that one move can beat them both. And Rizzo, he did it! He dunked on First Killer, and he put his team up 2-0.
You already know that this is a clip that's going on Twitter later, and it's going to be talked about for what feels like forever. It's going to be Rizzo dunked on First Killer in a mini 1v1 on the mainstream. And, well, congrats to you. You did it, man. Free agents up 2-0 to 100 Trees right now. 100 Trees for the first time getting pushed back with their backs against the wall. First Killer can't find the angle, but the follow-up is nice and easy for Coconut to find. 309. The lead has officially been cut in half.
Yeah, Rizzo trying to jump and affect First Killer's dribble, but he never really got in a range that did, which means it's up to Justin to try and play 1v2 defense, basically. And despite the fact that we've given him so much credit on not only making saves, but getting the ball out of danger's way this time, it was a bit too much to ask, so it does fall for free to Coconut, but he's got a reset fake, a dunk. Is Rizzo around? Rizzo decides he doesn't want to dive this deep in the orange half. It is a bit risky with a lot of cars in the way. Might not be able to score and would almost certainly result in a counterattack, but this is a counterattack that almost happened anyways, as First Killer is denied. Pass down to Coconut. Justin, nice aggressive challenge. He might have a long shot here if he can get it in the bottom right. He can, and Justin will extend the lead.
Oh, dude, I told you. I was like, watch this be game 5, something crazy. And everybody was like, no, this is going to be a shutout. I think it was you. You said it was going to be a shutout.
I said free agents would sweep.
Free agents would sweep. And I was like, no, watch this go game 5 between these guys. I had a feeling, and it's happening. It's well underway to do so. 100 Trees, they need 2 goals in the next half of this game here in game number 4. And it's going to be a lot harder than it has been in the past, because now Rizzo has been popping off time and time again.
Yeah, Rizzo has, I think, been on his form, and this team, as we know, lives and dies by Rizzo. When Rizzo is playing his best game, they're unstoppable, and that's what he loves to do. He loves to demo. He's got Justin, and Justin was trying to fake that wave dash chip on Coconut, but Coconut, credit to him in defense, did well and handled it. He's trying to drop this one down. First Killer playing it a bit passive. Justin playing passive on the other side of the field. He's going to have to play 1v1 defense against First Killer. He is able to direct this high, and Rizzo will collect it. So now, can he escape out of the blue half, a position that, according to the field domination, is one they've been in a ton, and it looks like, no, they cannot escape, as First Killer does it to him again.
It's a First Killer angle. Once again, you give this dude any bit of space, and he will know exactly where to place that ball, so it finds its way on in. 100 trees, only down by 1 now. Minute and 38 in game number 4. This is massive because 100 trees are on match point. It's free agents trying to play catch up against them. First Killer going to take another shot. This one touches the goal, doesn't find its way in, but Coconut will make sure that it does find its way. The cleanup crew strikes once again.
Yeah, really tough angle to read. Justin, of course, trying to clear it across the net with no post touch. And at least he didn't own goal, which is what I felt like it was almost happening there as it hit the crossbar. But it does find its way out. The problem is Rizzo. I mean, like I said before, if Rizzo can't read it, nobody could. That was an impossible read to make off the post. So it's a tie game. Now, if you're free agents, it almost feels like you let it slip away. And now it's certainly going to end in 4, but they need to keep spirits high. Something I'm sure both of them have no trouble doing because it is just equalized. They need to find another goal, and they can force that game 5. Justin trying to low 50, ends up getting turned away. Does a good job to try and get this ball to the other side of the field. Coconut to Rizzo. As Rizzo drops it down, First Killer squaring up here. It does seem like Justin's going to back off. Rizzo says, I'm not going to let you go for free against my teammate, and will bump him as the clear goes into the back corner. So Coconut dunked by Rizzo. First Killer being patient on the back wall. Justin can't really find an angle. Rizzo leaving him here. And will this be the end of their possession with 30 seconds left to go? Seems like it will, as First Killer takes it to the blue half.
Jamaican Coconut up next. Time and time again, we have seen them try and set each other up for a goal. And I think free agents, hopefully, are catching on to that. That's kind of been like their MO throughout the series, are these setups and the team plays. But 4 seconds left before we see a potential overtime. First Killer taking that corner boost. Instead, he's going to drop it to the ground. Got ourselves an overtime.
Overtime, free agents, 100 trees. This is what you love to see, and Justin has been asked to make these saves many times today. This time, he is able to handle it as he's back up in the air in front of the ball. Coconut will leave it to First Killer. First Killer versus Rizzo. Of course, Rizzo will be winning that situation as he immediately challenges. Justin's in the air to try and stop Coconut's dribble, and he does well to read it. First Killer to the ceiling. Rizzo has to be careful here. Oh, no! Rizzo, unlucky. Can't get the touch, and First Killer, he should count his lucky stars that Rizzo's one miss came at this moment, and he's able to get the win.
Oh, man, from the ceiling to the ground, the perfect waterfall in. First Killer gets the last goal and sends free agents home. He has set them free. You guys can pick them up. Whoever wants this squad, you can have them. 100 trees are on the road through the lower bracket, headed to the lower bracket final to meet up against Bear and Mountain. But what an incredible series.